To me, those are the procrastinators.
Yeah.
Because isn't it the day after Thanksgiving weekend or the weekend after Thanksgiving? That's the biggest weekend to do it, unless a lot of people are traveling. But I heard that was the biggest weekend to do it.
That's what I thought. So when I saw that, I was like, really? But I
Yeah.
guess most, as we know, and I've been guilty in most things, not Christmas. That's the one thing I don't procrastinate with when it comes to, so I want to get the lights up. And then plus our neighbors, and then they think their lights are better, and it turns into a competition. I've been watching my neighbors, and anytime they add a light, they've been adding lights since I've added lights. And I'm new to the neighborhood, right?
Oh.
And so I've noticed, like, oh, you saw, so I'm in phase 3 now of the Christmas lights.
But then people that already went by your house originally just thought, and then if they came back, they wouldn't. If they might not come back and know that you added so much to your decorations. How do you feel about that?
I put a sign at the top of the neighborhood. Like, hey, if you thought you saw it already, you haven't seen it.
He took out an ad. You didn't hear it on the radio station or anything?
The funny thing is, where I live, there's no drive-by traffic. Like you have to be living there to. So I'm like, why am I even doing this? I'm doing it for the kids.
It's for you and the kids.
Literally, you have to. Jason's been there. I don't think Squid or Matt have been there, but you have to. Kind of like Jason's house, you'd have to be invited to his house.
Yeah, I guess
some
we do have
Amazon
people coming
trucks
through
and
all
FedEx
the time,
trucks
though.
and-
I
yeah.
mean, literally every day, I'm like, who is this? Why are they driving through the neighborhood? What are they looking for? You know what it is, especially if there's a house for sale in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
then you get people looking for that.
Got some looky-loos.
You know the rich, they just have all them fake friends coming by, coming by the house. Yeah.
Well, Jason, I'm sure a lot of people in his neighborhood, his neighbors are probably like, because they have parties all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
With
Oh,
all
yeah,
sorts. I mean,
yeah.
and Squid comes to some of these parties. So this
Oh, yeah,
terrible Pontiac's coming through this super nice neighborhood.
Yeah. I try to borrow someone else's car when I go to Jason's.
Well, you weren't working here, Jason. This was at another house. This was compared to his house now. This was a shack.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably like 3,500 square feet, but still,
Yeah.
right? It's probably over 3,000 square feet.
Jared.
I
Probably know it down to the
you
inch.
know.
Yeah, he
I
does.
Oh,
don't
you're Mr. Detail. You don't know.
Yeah.
2-story great room. I mean, it's a nice house, right? But compared to this house now, definitely a poverty case. And I was driving a Hyundai, and Jason's like, "Hey, meet me and Carol for something at their house." And it was at night, and so I parked in front of his. I got there a little bit early. I parked in front. When I say early, like 5 minutes in front of his house, and had the car on, just me,
Yeah.
and maybe one of my kids, maybe, and within 10 minutes, the police were called.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
doing anything. I was just sitting in front of his house with the lights on, just waiting for 5 minutes.
And your poor Hyundai.
And my Hyundai, which was a piece of junk.
To be fair, it is odd for somebody to be parked in front of a house looking like they're scoping out the house.
I wasn't.
What do you call that's what
Or
you
if you're
call a
expecting people to
crime
come
watch
over.
neighborhood.
What's that?
A crime watch thing.
Oh, neighborhood watch?
Yeah,
Oh,
neighborhood
watch.
watch.
But they called the sheriff's department.
Yes.
Excuse
You know
me,
who did
officer.
it?
There's someone very
Oh yeah,
poor
I
in
know the neighbor
neighborhood.
that did it. I don't know who she is now. That was years ago.
Yeah, because I want to have words with her.
Yes,
So,
911, will you remove this poor person from my driveway?
and so then the sheriff or a deputy comes by, and there's 2 of them. I remember distinctly, 2 different cars. Jason and Carol are home at this
We're going to
point.
need extra help. This guy's extra poor.
And I get out of the car and all this stuff, and I said, "Hey, I'm, whatever." And
Freeze.
and of course they end up being AMLs, listeners to the show. Like, "Oh yeah, we listened to the show," and I was like, "Yeah, it's my car." Like, well, okay.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like from what I understand is if you go into somebody else's
Lucky we
neighborhood
know ya.
and you're parked on the side of the road, and you're sitting there, there's technically nothing the police can do.
Right.
Like they'll ask you for your ID, they'll ask you for this, but you don't have to. From what I understand, you don't have to show them anything. And I kind of got concerned with that. So I'm just saying, like, basically, you could have some random person for days parked on the side of your street, just sitting in a car.
They could.
Your kids playing in the yard and everything, and they can't technically do anything about it.
Nope. As long as the streets are public streets.
That's
Wow.
not right. I
Yeah.
guess it's right. It's not right. Well, it's right, except for the person doing that. Because somebody literally could live in their car on the side of his
Yeah, they
street
could.
in front of your house, staring at you the entire time.
As long as they're not on your property.
Wow.
We should just do that to annoy somebody. Who do we don't like? We can send Squid to their neighborhood. We should do that as a test. Let's find the nicest area, the nicest neighborhood besides Jason's, because whatever, it's not that close.
No, but you
Well,
can do
like
that-
we go to
there's
Irving
a
Park.
lot much better neighborhoods than mine, Jared.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
we have nice neighborhoods.
Because at this point, they've put Squid's car on the approved list in Jason's neighborhood.
Right. I seriously want to do this. Let's send Squid to Irving Park at like 4 in the morning, right? That's a super nice area.
And just sit there
Just sit there in front of the biggest house
with
they
his
got.
lights on.
With his lights on. And maybe not you can have your rap music on, but not super loud.
Oh yeah, you can.
Don't
Yeah.
even noise
Under the
complaint.
yeah.
But just like
Yeah.
kind of a normal, just so if you walk by your car, you can hear, oh, he's listening to some music.
Yeah.
And vape.
And vape. Yeah, you can
Oh, yeah,
hear
I'll crack my
vape.
window.
We're not for vaping, but he does vape
Yeah,
sometimes.
vape.
So do that and see how long it takes for them to call the police.
Okay.
But then when the
Yeah.
police come, you're gonna have to be like, not giving you any information. I'm just sitting here. This is a public street. He's gonna get tased.
Oh, yeah.
Even better. Well, as you can hear, we're having a lot of fun today. There's no women in the studio. So Katie's out and Josie's out today, or she couldn't fill in today.